we must start totally winning and winning and winning again. Remember when I used to say, we're going to win so much? We're going to win that the people of Missouri are going to go to your governor and they're going to say, Governor, please go see the president. We can't stand winning so much. Remember, I used to say that, right?
I'm pretty much where I don't think he can win legally. First of all, I think he's going to lose by, he lost by 2 million to Hillary. Was it 7 million to Biden last time? I think he's going to lose by over 10 million votes. Let's start with that. When it comes to the popular vote, I think he's going to get crushed. And then it just comes down to our stupid, antiquated, idiotic electoral college. And when it comes to that, as long as he can't find a way, with the help of Vladimir Putin and Erdogan in Turkey and Orban in Hungary and God knows how many other people that would love to have him win outside our country, and if he, Elon Musk at Twitter and our weak-ass media and suppressing votes in important states, all of that has to come together for him to, but enough of that did come together in 2016. Now, I think he's caused so much damage since then. I think he's going to be a convicted, I will predict he will be a convicted criminal, not once, but at least twice by the time the election comes around. And even a third of the people, Republicans who tend to be white, evangelical, and insane, the ones who turn out for caucuses and caucus for hours in Iowa, said they would not support him if he were a convicted felon.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I have the only gun on board. Welcome to Con Air.
43% of Nikki Haley voters in Iowa said they would switch over and vote for Biden over Trump. When I see numbers like that, I feel pretty good about things that it actually could not even be close. I mean, it could be a win where he wins the Georgias and Arizonas, but also if enough of those Republicans are peeled away, and we've also been winning by 7 points on average more than we were before the Dobbs decision in all these elections since then. So you add all of that up, I think that puts Texas in play. I think Ohio, my home state, is back in play. I think Iowa is back in play. I think there's a whole lot more places than people think. So in the end, I think we're in good shape for a solid win. I mean, if I were to summarize it, I'd say I don't think there's any way Trump wins this thing legally.
I don't care what they say in Missouri. We're going to keep winning and winning and winning and winning. Remember?
But I do think there's ways that Republicans in robes, and I do think there are ways that certain other kinds of cheating can steal it for him, in which case we will be in a very dark and dangerous place. And I like to point this out. If you sort of look through history and you look at, I'm not saying this is scientific, but it seems like in a lot of cases pretty close to true. In functioning democracies, and we're a barely functioning one, but we are functioning still, theoretically, you're always going to get a third of the people that will support authoritarian movements. It's sometimes on the right, it can be a Stalin or whatever on the far left, but you'll find that again and again, sadly, that a third of people are willing to just go with a dictator.
Where do you think these images are from? You could be forgiven for thinking they're from Nazi Germany at the height of the Third Reich, but they're not. This is America. In February of 1939, 20,000 fascists assembled in the heart of New York City at Madison Square Garden. The event was billed as a pro-American rally, organized by the German-American Bund, hoping to spread Nazi ideals in the United States.
And that, in this country right now, for the most part, is almost entirely core MAGA people. We have no chance of winning them, and I don't care if we win them. We're not trying to.
He didn't lose.
Since you?
He just didn't lose.
Do you believe the election was stolen?
Yes.
Do you have faith in elections now?
No.
Have you watched the January 6th hearings?
I have.
What do you think?
I think they're a bunch of bull.
Why?
Well, because do you have both sides, or are you getting one side of the story?
You mean like the side that attacked the Capitol?
You really believe that happened?
I was there.
The problem is there's another 13 to 15%, I would say, who are not MAGA people, who have differing opinions of Trump personally. Some of them don't like him at all. Some of them kind of like him, kind of don't. Some of them whatever. But you have a shot at winning them. But we're up against these forces that most other democracies have not allowed to flourish in the way we have. I'd start with disinformation. Most other democracies have not allowed a Fox News to exist in the way we have. And because they get to a point where if enough people are lost and don't know what the actual truth is, how can they support the truth? And the problem is when you combine our electoral college so that you can lose and get 46% of the vote or 47% of the vote and find a way to win still, and you combine that with these forces like Fox News and talk radio and all the other garbage, misinformation, everything out there.
I knew Biden was bad on the border because he's not the best father. The man can't say no to his own son.
And so we have to take all of that into account and realize that that's how they get that. So we're talking to me to two groups of people. We're talking to the ones we want to turn out, Democrats, and make sure they continually know how bad this guy is and they need to do everything they can to get to the polls. And we're talking to that other 15 or whatever percent it is that are not locked in for Trump, that aren't members of the cult.
And the worst president in the history of our country, who is cognitively impaired, in no condition to lead, and is now in charge of dealing with Russia and possible nuclear war. Just think of it. We would be in World War II very quickly. God bless the United States.